couple of years ago, someone very close to me said this:
PACMAN is the first thing you need to know about program control.
And he seemed to make some good points. Project execution and program control can be a maze, and it can truly seem like those ghosts are out to get you as you navigate the maze, while sometimes flipping the script and winning the day, clearing the board, and starting again with a fresh challenge, being chased the whole time. Why did we sit down and compare program control to PACMAN? Because it was a fun thing to do. And it can seem like program control is a game where you may feel that the odds are stacked against you. I was delighted to help create that video, and the feedback on the video was so much better than we initially expected. It seemed to resonate with many of you. But today I am here in the arcade to tell you that my husband, bless his sweet little heart, was completely wrong about the parallels between PACMAN and program control. I am here to set the record straight and to tell you why. First, one of the key points in his PACMAN video is that PACMAN is deterministic. There's no randomness in the game at all. Every input in PACMAN has a completely reliable and predictable reaction from those four ghosts. Reliable and predictable? What the hell was he thinking? You don't control all of the variables in program control, and no two projects or organizations look or act the same. That's not like PACMAN at all, but it is like the far superior, smarter, and better looking Ms. PACMAN. Allow me to explain. Right out of the gate, the first several seconds of each board, Blinky, the red guy, and Pinky, in fabulous pink, move randomly on the board. True randomness. This prevents the player from knowing exactly how the game will start on each level. You've got to be paying attention and rely on your skills and your experience rather than knowing how things will immediately get started. In PACMAN, you have a fairly complex game board with tunnels on each side. Most boards in Ms. PACMAN have 2 tunnels, so there are more escape routes, but they can be used by both Ms. PACMAN and the ghosts alike. So there are more entrances and exits to pay attention to during the game. Also, and here's a huge difference, once you clear 2 screens and go to the next, after a short cutscene, the board changes. And then again after 3 screens, and then after 4. So just when you think you have it all figured out, there's a new maze and initially random ghosts. So the problems you face in Ms. PACMAN are more complicated and ever-changing compared to PACMAN. So how do you gain the edge in Ms. PACMAN with all of these additional things to think about? 1, you gotta stay on your toes. What you did on the last board may not apply on the next board. 2, you have to learn the ghosts' tendencies. You don't always know where they're going and what they're thinking, but by studying the game and playing, you're always learning about what is most likely to happen next. 3, the more you succeed and clear the screens, the closer you're getting to the next board change. The things that worked a minute ago won't work on the next board. There are pathways and areas where you can get trapped. And the fruits and keys that you could eat in PACMAN now move around the board instead of staying in one place. Plus, one of the items to chase is a pretzel. Ms. PACMAN is obviously doing this right. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about program control. 1, you've got to stay on your toes. What you did in the last project or phase may not apply to your next one. It may be a different type of project or technology, a different team, or a different customer. 2, you have to learn everyone's tendencies, the team, the technology, the customer, the tools, the political environment, and the overall tide of the industry that you're in. This way, you can freestyle, leaning on your experience, but knowing that every day and every project will be a new screen to clear, and the next one coming may be a different board entirely. 3, the more you succeed and contribute to successful project execution, the closer you're getting to the next project. The things that worked on the last project may not work on the next one. There's new challenges, new stakeholders. Some things might be different than the last, or everything might be different. The key is to be ready and accepting that things will change and have a confident approach on how you will adapt. And every once in a while, treat yourself to a soft pretzel. My dear husband is not actually crazy, for the most part. I mean, you've probably met him. And like many of you, I love that he compared the current landscape in project management and program control to a classic, beloved video game. And in good fun, I had to set the record straight and let you all know that Ms. PACMAN is the better analogy. As you know, we're a little competitive with one another. So I will wrap up the video now so that I can spend a few minutes beating his high score. Thank you, everyone, and we'll talk again very soon.